Hey guys, I wanted to make this video to give you my thoughts on legal supplements versus taking steroids. So a lot of people are not going to agree with my position on this. A lot of people are going to focus on the legal aspect of it and nothing beyond that. But I'll ask you guys to just listen, to what I'm saying and how I'm supporting my position and make your own decisions at the end. But try to remove any bias or the fact that most people are going to feel a certain kind of way about this automatically because of what I just said about the legality. So, the first point I'd like to touch on is the fact that the obvious fact for anybody who's, even a little bit knowledgeable, supplements, legal supplements that are sold in the fitness and bodybuilding industry do not work. They do not work. Period. They're bullshit. It's a scam. And the actual reality of it is, if any supplement is found to have any kind of real effectiveness, it is then made illegal. Okay, so there is no such thing as a supplement that's known to work, that can be proven to work, that is available to the public through GNC, Vitamin Shop, or whatever store you buy from. Doesn't exist. So let's just start with that point. Another point I'd like to touch on about what makes more sense is the fact that the legal supplements cost way, way more than the actual anabolic steroids that are proven to work. So again, on this hand, we have some stuff that changes all the time. It's not regulated. Nobody knows really what the fuck is in. We know does not work. And on this hand, we have steroids that we can all agree work. We can pretty much project their effectiveness and their side effects based on how much we take in experimentation. So again, I'm leaning towards the steroids all day. Another point, that I want to touch on is the fact that a lot of people base their position on this on health and safety and risk. And unfortunately, there's a lot of confusion and misunderstanding about that and how it applies to this. From my perspective, it is far, far riskier to take legal supplements the way I observe so many people taking them, meaning they go from one to the next. They have all different, categories of supplement. There's a pre-workout, there's a post-workout, there's an intraday workout, there's a protein, there's a creatine, there's a glutamine, there's all this shit that they're taking. There are so many of them, so many. And it's not just, this huge variety of supplements that people take, but no, they go from one brand, one manufacturer to another and continually put experimental shit into their bodies. So the risk as far as health for legal supplements, in my opinion, is much, much worse than the risk you would take in knowing about an anabolic steroid and taking it in a controlled way. Again, we know the steroids work, and we also know the side effects of the steroids. And that information in itself is vital, because what it allows us to do is now try to offset some of those risks and side effects through experimentation and through taking more moderate dosages. So again, when you look at it like this, the legal supplement business in itself is a scam. Nobody knows what the fuck we're taking. Nobody knows the long-term health risks associated with taking such a variety of shit that's unregulated. Nobody knows this stuff. And so the last point, and the most important point for me to touch on with regard to this conversation, is the whole natural or not natural. The mindset that taking steroids is somehow cheating. Right? So I'm going to just touch on that briefly. First of all, I would encourage those that have never taken steroids to not be a part of this discussion in any kind of aggressive way. Meaning, it's not okay for you to have a very strong opinion either way, for or against anything in life, if you're not familiar with it yourself. Okay? So that's the first part of it. Leave the conversation for those that are familiar, those that have experimented, and those that have some experience with regard to whatever's being discussed. All right? And the whole cheating thing, there is no cheating. It's not cheating when it's commonly accepted that professional athletes across the spectrum of sports are taking this shit. It's not cheating. Cheating is implying that the majority don't, and a small group of the minority do in a secret way and are somehow getting away with something. That's not what's happening. That's not reality at all here. So there is no cheating, right? Second, this whole natty or not bullshit. I just want you guys to think about something, right? I have taken steroids in the past. I will likely take them again. I don't give a fuck what people think, what they want to say about me, if they judge me, because I understand also that taking steroids in itself will not give you this fucking magical result that people think. It is not going to burn all your body fat off you. It's not going to make you huge. It's not going to do all these things for you in a magical kind of way. The bottom line is you could take whatever the fuck drugs you want. And if you're not busting your ass in the gym with cardio, with nutrition and diet, you're never going to look the way you think you look. The way you think people look as a result only of their steroid use. It's bullshit. It doesn't work that way. All right? So that's the first thing you need to get into your heads, that it does not work that way. Of course, it is dose dependent. If you want to take a shit ton of it, yeah, your results will increase dramatically, but so will your side effects. I have only taken the absolute minimal amount that I can get away with and still feel some benefit from. All right? So the last part of this conversation, guys, the natural or not thing, very controversial opinion I'm about to throw out there, but in my opinion, it's a stupid conversation because the majority, I would go as high as 95% of those that partake in a fitness endeavor, that work out to look a certain way, that are powerlifting, that are serious about any kind of sport, take some kind of supplementation that is not natural. Okay? So again, aside from the legality, the legal difference between, the anabolic steroids being illegal and the fitness supplements being available, legally, aside from that, what are we really discussing here? One thing works and one thing doesn't. One thing has been proven with results, the other thing is fucking garbage. But regardless of which one you're consuming, you're not natural. By definition alone, you're not natural. Okay? So to all those guys out there talking shit about these fucking juice heads and you're cheating and you're taking steroids, this and that, you yourself are likely not natural because you're buying shit from a store that is not naturally occurring in your body and you're consuming it to try to get some type of reaction, some type positive result to increase whatever benefit of workout you're trying to get. You are not natural. Okay? So get that shit out of your heads. And the last point I'm going to touch on, very important, to all those people out there in this YouTube fitness community especially, who do take steroids and are in this fucking mass denial about it and who keep on fucking denying it and lying about it. I mean, come on. That's part of the fucking problem. You act like there's something wrong with what the fuck you're doing and that you need to fucking hide it or be humiliated by it. That's fucking bullshit. Be a fucking man. Be strong enough to fucking stand up and say, yeah, this is what the fuck I do. And so what? Who the fuck are you to criticize what I do? So what? Yeah, I do it. So what? You really got to think about this. All this fucking lying shit, it's so sad because first, it gives the young kids a huge sense of false hope in thinking that they can look the way you look, without taking some kind of steroid. So that's fucked up in itself. But beyond that, you look like fucking idiots. Everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? There's no fucking conspiracy here against you, calling you out for taking steroids when the reality is you do. And it's obvious. So my advice to those out there in that situation is just fucking reflect a little bit on what you're doing. What kind of fucking man are you if you have to lie to the masses, to everybody, and continually come up with other fucking bullshit to support those lies? And this applies to anything in life. Anything in life. I don't lie about shit. I don't lie. Period. My truth and my reality are exactly that. If you don't like it, fuck it. I can live with that. And I'm telling you guys to give it some thought when it comes to this steroid shit too. just fucking man up and admit it. And I think things will be a lot better and we could leave all this bullshit behind us. So the main point of this is, guys, in my opinion, legal supplements make no sense. It's a sucker's game. And the only reason I would go that route is if I gave a fuck about the government's opinion about what is allowable and not allowable. And I don't. So give it some thought, guys. Share your opinions on the bottom. If you think I'm wrong, please let me know why. Thanks.